Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Inside the News.
We have a great episode ahead of us. We're going to take a look at Clinton County's annual 3D print sprint, the Children's Miracle Network Bowl-a-thon, and we go on the streets to see what people think about Kendall Jenner's new controversial Pepsi ad.
That's right. We will also take a look at the latest in Hollywood, sports, and tech. Then we will hear from students right here at Plattsburgh about this year's National Broadcasting Convention in New York City.
All that and more on this week's episode of Inside the News on PSTV.
Welcome to Inside the News on PSTV. I'm Shauna Benny.
And I'm Michael Kimmer.
Let's take a look at our first story.
In local news, the Children's Miracle Network Bowl-a-thon fundraiser was held at North Bull Lanes last Sunday. PSTV was on the scene. Let's take a look. Money raised at the Bowl-a-thon goes to Children's Miracle Network, which is a charity that benefits an array of pediatric programs and helps young people battling any type of childhood illness or injury.
We're having a bowl-a-thon for Children's Miracle Network. Every year, Kenny's raises money in an 8-week period to help the local hospitals here. And basically this money goes through Children's Miracle Network and in turn goes to the University of Vermont Children's Hospital, where roughly 30% of the patients are from our area here. So.
Okay, that's awesome. What do you think of the turnout today?
I think it's great. Last year, we probably had roughly about 15 teams for our event. This year, we built it up to about 35 teams. So it's really, it's really gotten out there, getting the word out to the public and stuff, over Facebook and sharing it with people.
Will you be doing it again next year?
Definitely. It'll be an ongoing thing. Especially the way it's turned out and stuff. It's really raised a lot more money than probably a lot of our other little events. And that's our purpose, to raise as much as we can.
Looks like it was a great event for a great cause.
Yes, it was.
Also this week, PSTV's own Miriam Abdallah went out and got some information on mental health. Let's take a look.
Mental illness is a topic usually shunned, but SUNY Plattsburgh students are working to reverse that. The SUNY Plattsburgh PR department put together the hashtag #HealWithIt campaign. This is in hopes to bring awareness to mental health issues on campus and to provide a safe space for those affected with mental illness. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, only 30% of college students report problems with their schoolwork due to mental illness. The Heal With It campaign organizers conducted their own survey with the campus community.
We found that a lot of people really were too embarrassed to talk about mental health or admit that they had a problem with mental health.
Then came hashtag #HealWithIt, a campaign created by the PR department at SUNY Plattsburgh to combat the stigmas that are socially placed on mental illness. Buttons were created and distributed, intended as a mobile symbol to signify a person one can reach out to regarding mental health.
When people sign the pledge and wear the buttons, what they're promising to do is demonstrate empathy and care, teach and know the 5 signs of emotional suffering.
Clubs and organizations on campus joined the movement by posing for photos with their palms outstretched. These photos were then shared across social media with the hashtag #HealWithIt.
And we really just strive to reach a lot of different clubs and organizations to promote diversity as well, and to show that there are so many major influencers on our campus who supported the campaign.
The campaign also worked to spread awareness about some of the resources available to those who need them. Portia Ali Turco, lecturer and director of the Ward Hall Counseling Clinic, says there are abundant resources provided by the school.
We have a lot of resources. Right now we have 2 clinics, one of them being Ward Hall, the Ward Hall Counseling Clinic. And like I said, Ward Hall is able to provide services for really any mental health condition. And then we have the Psychological Services Clinic. The clinic is actually free, so it's part of the benefit of being a student here on campus. You can come in and be seen.
The department hopes to continue the campaign's efforts. For Inside the News, I'm Miriam Abdallah.
What a great insight into such an important topic. Also this week was the Adirondack Coast 3D Print Sprint. In the event, teams have 24 hours to design and 3D print an object that solves the surprise challenge. The event was held at the Champlain Valley Transportation Museum in Plattsburgh. Let's take a look.
So I had a former student of mine, Dan Stowe, go to SUNY Albany for school to continue his 3-2 engineering program. While down there, they organized a 3D printing marathon, they called it, and we had a group or two from here in Plattsburgh go down to participate in the event. I was asking about it this year because I was hoping to organize more than just 2 groups to go down, and I was told they weren't going to do it this year. So because of that, we looked around and said, well, why can't we do it here? And so we started the organization to make that happen.
What exactly is going on here?
Well, today we have a 3D printing competition, the Adirondack Coast 3D Print, and we have kids from around Clinton County and SUNY Plattsburgh coming in to do the 3D printing challenge, where they have to create a vehicle that will go over the 3 different fields that we have. We got sand, Legos, and gravel. So they were at noon today. They were given a package of electronics, which included a breadboard, wires, battery, and motors, and then they have to actually 3D print their own wheels and car design to put it all together to create their device that will be tested tomorrow after 24 hours.
What got you involved in this event?
Well, my teacher approached me at Plattsburgh High School, and he said, do you want to make a team? I'm like, sure. I've been doing this stuff for a little over a year now, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, we're part of ADKP Tech, so we work with this every day.
If 3D printing could be like an actual job that people would normally take, I would definitely want to do it.
Sounds like it was a pretty cool event.
Yes, without a doubt. That looks like some pretty keen technology they're working with there.
Yes, well, before we go, we'll take a look at our very own communication students' trip to New York City for the annual National Broadcasting Convention.
So, we're here at the National Broadcast Society Convention. We just got off the train at Penn Station. MSG is right behind us. I'm here with my buddy, Max and Jacob.
What up?
The Empire State Building is right there. And we're about to go check out the city and have a fun time. We're going to the New York Times building. See my mom works there. Right now we're waiting for my mom to come down. As you can see, that's the New York Times building.
We are going inside the New York Times. Let's go!
Hey, so we just left the New York Times. Big shout out to my mom, Cecilia. That's 42nd Street. It's award ceremony time with this kid, the finalist, and this kid, the freshman. We're gonna have a great time no matter who wins, so let's do it. All out. This is it, we're here. We're all sitting right here. Hopefully we all win. I'm really hoping, even if we don't win, it's such an honor to be recognized by NBS. So good luck to everyone, and let's have a great award show.
The finalists are Avila, Independent Senior Living, Plattsburgh WTAMU President, West Texas A&M University, West Texas, Milton, Washington, West Texas A&M University, and the winner is Avila. A-Game Energy, Plattsburgh State University of New York.
Congratulations,
Well, it looks like we have to take a quick break.
Yes, but stay tuned because when we come back, we'll take a look at your national and international top stories. Hello, and welcome back to Inside the News. I'm Shauna Benny.
And I'm Michael Kimmer.
Let's take a look at our first national story.
According to CNN, the Kentucky Coal Museum is, ironically, going solar. The museum in Benham, Kentucky is owned by the Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College, and it showcases a history of coal mining. Communications Director Brandon Robinson said the project will save up to $10,000 on energy costs. The museum showcases exhibits of what a home, school, hospital, and other common place looked like. The museum also offers a mock mine tour.
In other national news, according to CNN, 2 officials linked to Chris Christie and the Bridgegate scandal have been arrested today. Former Deputy Executive Director of the Port Authority Bill Barroney and former Deputy Chief of Staff of Chris Christie, Bridget Ann Kelly, were sentenced to 24 and 18 months in prison, respectively. Judge Susan Wigginton calls their crimes an outrageous abuse of power. This sentencing comes to us months after Kelly and Barroney were found guilty in November for charges including fraud, civil rights deprivation, and conspiracy.
And in other news, Twitter is suing the federal government to keep the identity of one of its users anonymous. After receiving a summons for their login records, physical address, phone number, and IP address of the person behind the alt_USCIS Twitter account, the account tweeted critical comments about U.S. immigration policy and President Donald Trump. The account is believed to be run by disgruntled employees of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services.
In other national news, supermodel Kendall Jenner's new ad for Pepsi is falling flat. In the ad, Kendall Jenner joins a group of protesters and offers a soda to a police officer who accepts and smiles. The ad was quickly accused of appropriating the Black Lives Matter movement. After unveiling the latest ad, Pepsi and Kendall became the target of severe backlash. In an initial statement to CNN, Pepsi said, "This is a global ad that reflects people from different walks of life coming together in a spirit of harmony, and we think that this is an important message to convey." Pepsi later pulled the ad, saying Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark. We sent a crew out on the streets to see the reaction of the people right here in Plattsburgh. Let's take a look.
Definitely kind of rubs me the wrong way because they're very much kind of trivializing movements right now by very much taking a non-committed stance on it, by just all the signs being generic like love and join the conversation, which are very important things in a lot of conversations that we need to have in today's society. But the fact that it's so ambiguous is just a non-committed stance that doesn't really help anyone.
Honestly, watching it kind of looked as if they were kind of taking like a serious issue in this country and mocking it a little bit.
I think it was humorous in that they think handing a police officer a soda will make things better and make it seem like if anything they were like mocking it, make it seem like the protest, whatever they're protesting, was less of an issue than it was, and it could just be solved by handing a soda to someone.
Nobody's talking about it, but the issue is still going on. Is it going to change? Nobody has any clue if it's in fact that's been happening in the past until we are now, and it's like I feel like it's going to just increase. Is it going to be worse? No. Yes, it can get better, but like I said, it just takes that one person to just show everybody else that it's okay. Who is it? Who knows? It may not even be the president. It may just be on us as one to fix that. But I feel like it's not getting better as it should.
Looks like those protesters were all barks and no bite.
No, I feel you. It's time for us to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, we'll have your top entertainment, sports, and tech stories.
All that and more when we come back to Inside the News on PSTV.
Hello, and welcome back to Inside the News. I'm Shauna Benny.
And I'm Michael Kimmer. First up, we will hear from Dejanique George for the latest in Hollywood. Dejanique?
Hi, Michael. In this week's Hollywood news, Pixar movie Boss Baby tops the charts this month. The film tells the story of how an arrival of a new baby with a surprisingly adult-like personality impacts one family's life. The animated feature, starring the voice of Alec Baldwin, opened big with an estimated $49 million. an impressive number as film industry analysts had only projected a $30 million opening for the film.
We babies are having a crisis. Babies aren't getting as much love as we used to. Behold our mortal enemy, puppies. No! That's exactly the problem. Have you learned anything?
A, B, C, D.
No.
Thanks, Dejanique.
That is definitely impressive.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go see it.
Boss baby, raking in the boss money. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
All right, so if you'd like to hear more about Boss Baby, be sure to tune in to Sick Flicks on PSTV's Talk Nerdy to Me at 8:30.
Now let's send it to our sports correspondent, Morgan Ruger. Morgan?
Thank you, Shauna. First in sports, Major League Baseball is trading in a major player from its roster. That's right, Pepsi is out and Coca-Cola is in, as the new official beverage sponsor of the MLB. Pepsi does have existing deals with 11 teams, including the Yankees and Cubs, which will not be affected. In other stadiums, Coca-Cola will have exclusive selling rights. The latest baseball partnership continues a heated turf war between the two soda giants. It was only 2 years ago Pepsi won a deal with the NBA, ending a 28-year run for Coca-Cola. In other sports news, Tony Romo is leaving football for a career in broadcast. The Cowboys quarterback is leaving the team after 14 years to join CBS Sports as an analyst. Romo signed with the Cowboys as an undrafted rookie free agent in 2003. He ascended to the starting position in 2006. Romo has only played 5 regular season games in the past 2 seasons because of an injury. Last season, he lost the starting job to rookie Dak Prescott. Romo's 6-year, $108 million contract was set to last until 2019. According to SpotRack, his salary cap in 2017 would have been $24.7 million. Sources told ESPN that the Cowboys have officially filed paperwork for Romo's release.
Thanks, Morgan.
Finally, let's throw it to our technology correspondent, Patrick Riley. Patrick?
Thanks, guys. Tonight in tech, it's been several years in the making and hard to miss. The soon-to-be-opened headquarters for Apple. The city of Cupertino, California is ready for the big welcome, except for maybe one concern. Designed to be as eye-catching as its products are cutting-edge, Apple's iconic new campus should be ready for the employees to move in later this month. A perfect circle, an entire mile around, Apple broke the ground on its new headquarters in 2013. Since then, it's come to be known effectively as the spaceship. And if there's any lingering concern tempering enthusiasm for the opening of the building, it's terrestrial in nature, fears about what the 12,000 people who will work there will ultimately mean for traffic on surrounding streets. The new headquarters covers 175 acres and will be powered 100% by renewable energy.
Thanks, Patrick.
Wow, that reminds me of that new movie that's coming out, The Circle, where everyone is being watched all the time.
And you know what? I'm wondering, is there anything Apple can't do?
I don't think so. Pretty soon we'll have an Apple microwave and it will be watching us.
Definitely. Well, it's time for a quick break, but don't go anywhere.
That's right. When we come back, we will be hearing from 2 of SUNY Plattsburgh's own about their trip to the National Broadcasting Convention in New York City.
Welcome back to Inside the News. I'm Shauna Benny.
And I'm Michael Kimmer.
As you can see today, we have 2 special guests with us. We have Jordyn Whitman and CiCi Caputo from the National Broadcasting Society. How are you all doing tonight?
Oh, we're good.
Good to hear.
Yeah. Okay, so can you tell me, why did you initially get involved with the National Broadcasting Society?
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, sure, you go first.
When I came to Plattsburgh, I was just kind of trying to find my niche. So it was like trying to figure out where I belonged, and I know that I always wanted to get involved with communications. Somebody was like, "Oh, join National Broadcast Society," so you can meet people who also like that, and just basically get more involved with the communications department.
Oh, nice. And I know you just recently went down to the convention, so tell me, how was it? What was that like?
Oh, it was amazing. We were down in New York City. We have a lot of Plattsburgh alumni in New York.
Oh, wow.
So I saw a bunch of people that I already knew who graduated a couple years before me. I saw Nick, Adam, Matt, all them, even Will, who graduated a semester ago, who was our president actually.
Oh, wow.
The semester before he graduated. So we saw him. We got to network with Money Magazine, under Time Magazine.
Yeah.
A bunch of places in New York City. There are a couple of alumni who were just this is how you get in depending on where you want to go, because there's a lot we could do. We could go freelance, we could go for something salaried or like contracted in.
Yeah.
They just like presented a lot of different options to us.
Yeah, no, it was definitely great. I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh no, like what happens if I'm just stuck on this one thing and I don't get a job in that area? But like the convention definitely showed me that there's like so many different things that you can do. So that was helpful.
Well, that's good to hear.
I had a experience kind of like that when I went down to an alumni meeting down in the city, and I got to meet some of the alumni that are living down there, and it seemed like a good amount of them were in communications.
Yeah.
The VP of Talent Acquisition at Viacom is actually a Plattsburgh alumni. Fun fact.
Nice. Cool.
Something good to know. So why should students in the communication program join NBS? Try to sell us on that, because I'm in PR. I'm not technically in communications, but
well, you don't
very
have to
similar.
be. You don't have to be, so that's good. Definitely networking. You want to get involved because you want to meet people who are going to help you get jobs or help you create a better video or make a better audio file, something like that. Like everybody's very helpful. So in National Broadcasting Society, it's basically about networking, who you know, who can get you involved in the industry. So
Got to network to get work.
Yeah, definitely. We're also basically a family, so.
Yeah, there's that. More than that, we do workshops with our members weekly where we'll Skype in with professionals in the industry. We had like the resume building workshop, how to build your LinkedIn. We worked with the Career and Development Center for those. And we also had the dress to impress, so like dressing really nice.
I know, I was like, I can't wear sweatpants to this convention.
No, you cannot.
So tell me about one of the events you did there. Like, what were some fun things?
So 2 days, there were like 2 days full of panels. So we got to go to panels and we got to talk to people in the industry. They told us their stories, they gave us advice, they answered any questions we had, so that was really helpful. We also got to see the city, which like there are many people who came on the trip who like haven't been to the city before. Like I know one of my good friends, Tyler, he like never went, and so it was his first time. So that was really nice too. It was a nice break from like just focusing on the communications part. We got to see the city, we got to see like what the surroundings were like. So.
Even then, we did some studio tours. We had some members go and sit in a live taping of The View, go through NBC Studios. One of our members, his mom works in the New York Times.
Yes.
So he brought some members into there.
Yeah.
Then we also participated in like their on-the-spot competition where you have to make like a news package, a promo, an Instagram promo while you're at the convention. So you basically have like 48 hours to make and submit something and get it and have it judged.
And how'd that go?
No one from Plattsburgh won.
We didn't win.
No, we tried.
But you tried.
We
That's all that
tried.
matters. You gave it your all, A for effort, and
we did have a lot of winners in the national convention, though.
Yeah.
Like, me and my group won for audio drama.
Congrats!
We had another kid win for promotional that he did for this one company. And then we had Tyler win for his commercial.
Yep.
Nice. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
be sure to tune in next week for another look inside the news.
I'm Shona Benny.
I'm Jordyn Whitman.
I'm CiCi Caputo.
And I'm Michael Kimmer.
And this has been Inside the News. Thanks, Morgan.
Good to hear that we had a strong showing.
Well, Michael, you're wrong.
I'm Jordyn Whitman.
I'm not even